Hello, this is Oriel Watcher, and I wanted to do another reading. We are on 11/11 today, and it's a significant day for many people, and a lot of us are honing in on that, like say you notice it on your odometer or the clock is a very significant one. And so I wanted to do an 11/11 reading, of course, but we are in the middle of retrograde still, and I want to touch a little bit on that. And depending on what cards are drawn will depend on kind of where this retrograde is going for many of us. And so this is just a generalized reading. So I'm just going to start. For those of you who know, we have completed the Starseed Tarot deck, and we are working on the booklet. It's a lot because we are actually taking on two different ideas and combining the Starseed mythology, which will be for each card that has a figure attached to it. Depending on what I draw, there'll be some examples of that, I'm sure. So some of the Starseed races we touched on were Palladian, Anunnaki, Draconian. There's different ideas in there and different godheads and goddesses. So we tried not to leave any cultural, religious aspect out, because that's also part of this. There's the human version, and then there's the Starseed mythology attached. Plus, we're riding on traditional tarot for the most part. So let's begin. The first card will be, I haven't popped this one yet, except for a personal reading, the High Priestess, and this is Ninmah or Ninharseg, but this would probably be Ninmah when she was young. The High Priestess is Anunnaki, and let's see, we do have some of the messages written down. I'll just show the card before I begin. So, in traditional tarot, the High Priestess stands for intuition, sacred knowledge, the divine feminine, the subconscious mind, and suggests a time for retreat and reflection. That is very key here in our Mercury retrograde. Many of us are retreating within, we're avoiding people, and it's really time for self-reflection and thinking of things that we need to change or work on, especially finishing projects and not taking on anything new right now. Exalted, this card is considered important when determining someone's true intentions. Now, for right now, we are just doing exalted cards. We haven't really gotten into the upside down cards yet, diminished cards. So in really, this is about honor and truth and speaking one's truth right now. I've been a stickler on that for a while, but I truly feel that. And in the High Priestess demands loyalty, and loyalty born from truth and authenticity revealed through the stripping away of the ego. And I actually made a post this morning or last night about ego and, all the things that kind of fuel our ego, and she truly does demand honesty, and she can help us navigate through the annals of our Akashic records as well. Many of us are having memories and reminiscing or thinking of childhood or even beyond that, other lives, and it's very significant time to reflect on those lessons if they come to you. So let's see, do I have some history? In ancient Sumer, she was regarded as the Lady of the Mountain and has been known by many names. She is depicted here as a high priestess in royal rank and authority. And again, her starseed is Anunnaki. And some of the things she was known for, she has had the role of mother, healer, giver of life, and bringer of death and curses. She, along with her consort and husband, Enki, both were skilled in the magic of creation, and though she has faded in and out of history, a true high priestess would never gloat or reveal or flaunt or you know, say those things about themselves. So she's pretty much kind of a hidden goddess, but very, very significant in Sumerian mythology. And moving on. How are we on time? Because we can do 2 if we have to.
Keep going.
All right. I gotta flip this back. Sorry. Oh, she's been very significant, prominent figure lately, hasn't she? This is Lilith, or Lilith, Princess of Earth. I don't have her chapter written yet, but she, in my opinion, was some kind of hybrid. And she would have been actually a child of her. She was her offspring. This is my theory. This is my idea. This is something I've been studying a long time. Lilith would be like a primordial goddess, the daughter of another goddess, because she came later on. So she was also born on Earth. Some say she was born in a cave. Some say she was born in a ship. Some say she was born somewhere else. But wherever it was, and we all have ideas of this, like, she wasn't the demon, the demoness that a lot of religious cultures have made her out to be. And I would say, if anything, we gave her a tail. I should say the artist gave her a tail. And this is actually very realistic. This would be kind of the story of when she was cast out. And many of us are feeling that. We are feeling cast out of groups. Some of us feel alienated and alone. And she is like the patron saint to those of us who have been abused and rejected. And she was abused, rejected, she was raped, she was made a model, she was supposed to be a model kind of prisoner. They were all being kept prisoner, they were being held, they were being experimented on by the Anunnaki. And so, there's culpability there. This is reminding us to be accountable. Lilith will remind you to be accountable. And she does side with truth. So again, here's another part of the first card, the High Priestess. So she's the wild, sacred, feminine, where the other would depict more the divine feminine. She's the wild, sacred feminine. She's like that wildness that is in each of us. And so this is a very significant card during a Mercury retrograde as well. All right. What the heck? What's with all this intent? Well, I guess it's very significant. Hopefully we draw something for the men. Now, we did get this card, I believe, before. This is Kali stepping on Shiva. The strength of the lion, which would be depicted in a normal strength deck. We've changed the Tower card to Karma. Now, this is actually quite significant because this is our Tower card. That means for many of us, we are experiencing complete and utter devastation. We are watching our world be stripped away. We're being made vulnerable and naked. But with that, this is also the card of accountability. Not only does the Tower make you aware of the things you might be doing in life or stepping into territory or areas that you shouldn't be. She's a little bit terrifying. Well, I don't want to say a little bit. She is terrifying, but so is Lilith. And the High Priestess can be quite demanding as well. But all of these cards remind us of being accountable and like taking action. And, you know, again, this is self-reflection. Like the Tower makes us think. This is karma here, though. The Tower and karma, same. Often if you do a normal reading with regular, like Rider-Waite tarot or whatever, I don't know, did we get that far here? I don't know what number is this. I don't think I got that far in writing it down. So, but we all understand Kali. I don't really need to go into the history of Kali, except for, she goes back further than we think. And she would also be another primordial goddess. All three of these are primordial goddesses. All right. And okay. Are we wrapping it up? Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up. We're going to do a part 2. Thank you for watching.